Okay, there we go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Alright. Hail, Bendover. I hope you're doing well this evening, my man. I'm doing well enough, I suppose. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are diving back into Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Hopefully this game impresses me tonight, because if it doesn't, we may be switching what playthrough we're doing, because I haven't been super impressed with this so far, and I'm kind of highly tempted by another game, but we'll talk about that more later. Yes, indeed, you are first, Ben. You are indeed. Well done, sir. Okay. Hopefully. You know, I suppose I should try and talk to some of these people. Let's have a chat with Camilla. Marvel Rivals, huh? He really likes that game a lot. You're much more relaxed during combat. Your battle cries are uninhibited. So you've noticed. To be honest, I find it embarrassing. You see, being a shaman means having spirits of battle as my ever-present companions. In the heat of combat, they become rather, vocal. Vocal might be a good way to put it. Your amulet is quite unusual. Where did you get it? Wait a second. Does that mean she's possessed by demons? Chat, burn her with fire. Ah, my little trinket. It's so nice of you to notice, but I assure you, the amulet is nothing but a bauble. Can a lady not be drawn to beautiful, useless things? Yeah, no. That is what we call a fucking lie. Tell me about yourself. You want to know about me, more about me than you already do? Why? Camilla arches a dainty brow. Fuck, words are gonna be hard tonight. Words are gonna be very hard tonight. I talked to the spirits of this...
Be there, chat. Be there. Be there or it will explode your pee-pee.
Yes, Ben. Yes, indeed. I talked to the spirits of this tormented land, and they guide me in battle. I'll help you fight the demons, and I swear that you can rely on me in this matter. Isn't that sufficient? Your speech tells me you're of noble birth. No, it tells me that she's from downtown Portland. Camilla laughs her practiced musical laughs as she watches you from under lowered lashes. You're most insightful, a fine quality to have. Camilla's laughter ends, and unspoken words hang in the silence. Still, I believe that being of noble birth does not give anyone the right to look down on others. No, absolutely it does. In a medieval setting. Let's hit on her. That'll be funny. Forgive me if my questions disturb you. I couldn't resist such a noble and beautiful lady. I will stop bothering you immediately if talking to me upsets you. Not at all. Well, that was not what I was hoping for there, but okay. Our conversation is an exquisite delight. Camilla affords you a brief friendly smile and appreciation of your manners. I have to go. We'll talk later. I won't keep you. Well, fark. Who is that boy with you? This one, Cato the Shepherd, my apprentice. He's a smart boy, and his faith is strong. He serves Erastil, though, but there's still something he can learn from an old servant of Abadar. He'll be a great cleric when he gets a little older. Uh-huh. Whenever I sleep outside the walls of the Defender's Heart, I am plagued by terrible dreams. Can you help me? The priest studies your face carefully. You look tired, but otherwise entirely healthy. If we were anywhere else, I would simply tell you to get some rest, but we are on the borders of the world wound, and I am all too aware of what's happening to you. As you know, the wound is a rift between Golarion and the Abyss, and all the evil that feeds the Abyss does the opposite in our world. It feeds on Golarion. So, it is that even when we cannot see demons near us, our ultimate foe, the Abyss, is always surrounding us. Many soldiers fighting in the World Wound experience similar things. They suffer terrible nightmares, get no peace, and sometimes even lose their minds. Shit, I need to check something. Chat, 1 second. I may have fucked up quite badly. Oh no, I did. Damn it. There we go. Okay, there we go. Unfucking that. By the way, chat, if you haven't already, somebody, whoever is down there, remember, join the Discord. I had a funny experience with that today. A very funny experience about that today. We will talk about that later. Because it was actually very, like, pure meme fuel. Okay. But we are trained to help you with this affliction. By the will of Abadar, I have consecrated an altar here. The god's grace permeates the space around it, soothing one's soul and quieting thoughts during rest. So if you find your nerves are fraying, seek out a holy place like this, approach it, and all the corruption will be cleansed from you. Handy dandy. Eggs and spammy. Alright. What kind of help can I expect from you? First, I sell scrolls. I have a lot of them. Something for every emergency. Second, while you're in here in the tavern, I can read one for you. Guaranteed, no surprises, but you'd better not go into the city without a cleric. I won't be going there myself. I'm too old, and my powers are needed here. Who are you? Vasily Rathamus, rector of the local temple of Abadar. The temple is gone, though, and if we snooze here for much longer, the city will be lost as well. I have to go. May Abadar guide you. Lan greets you with a nod. Here for a chat? I've been waiting for you to come and see what strange beast you've taken into your party. I'd like to know more about you. Let me guess, your first question is, can you wear a hat with one horn? Am I right? No, actually. I would have thought that would have been rather obvious, that I would have something more intelligent to ask you than just random bullshit. I want to talk about Windoag. Are you sure? Alright. Tell me about your connection to her. My connection to her? I mean, where do I start? Lan turns the unexpressive reptile half of his face to you. We grew up together, trained together. She was the chief's daughter. She was groomed to be the best all her life, and then I came along. We were rivals, but we dragged each other out of tight spots, too. I've always been drawn to grand, heroic gestures, sometimes idiotic ones, whereas Windu liked to roam unexplored passages, finding new caves and making maps. She wanted to become a great huntress, the one who'd make it through the shield maze, but instead it'd be better if she died. The death of a friend is painful, but watching a friend become a shadow of their former self is unbearable. She doesn't think she's a shadow of her former self. Of course, she thinks she did everything right, because the second she starts to doubt herself, she'll have to face the truth. To admit she's just a cannibal that demons use as they wish. Lan's frown looks almost like a wince. She wants to get stronger and stronger, but for what? I'll never understand what drives her. Nope, don't make that joke. Okay. Were you just friends, or were you more than that? Wow, you really don't pull your punches, do you? Lan exhales loudly. There was a time when I asked myself the same question. Windoag knew me better than anyone. She understood me better than anyone. She was my first woman, but we never loved each other. Maybe I could have grown to love her, but it always seemed like she never understood what love was. Maybe she just wasn't capable of those kinds of feelings. Oh, she was a psychopath. Got it. Thanks, I found out everything I wanted to know. So, can you wear a hat with your one horn? You brought it up. Sure I can, but certain designs don't suit me too well. Lan speaks in a deadly serious voice. You speak common much better than the rest of your tribe. Funnily enough, common isn't all that common underground, Lan says. But your observation is correct. I used to live on the surface with my parents for a while and had a chance to learn a couple things. The language and the fact that every peasant who sees my scaly mug screams demon and runs away. I don't know if you're interested, but my mom wasn't from an underground tribe. She was a smuggler, the kind that used the dungeons of Canabres to secretly move and store goods. One time, two gangs couldn't agree on how to share a prime cut, got into a fight, and the winners threw the losers down a hole, dead and living alike. My dad went to check if the corpses had anything useful on them, and he found a girl from the surface barely clinging to life. An incredible feeling sparked between them. Or maybe the girl just liked men with scales and a cat nose. That might be it. One way or another, he got her back on her feet, and he later even left his home caves. She left her smuggling behind, and they began an honest life together. Kinky. That's the delightful story of how old Lan came into this world. The next chapter, however, my family and I never stayed in one place for long. We lived sometimes on the surface, sometimes underground. We couldn't find a place to call home. Living in the caves was hard on my mom, and my dad's appearance raised too many questions in Mindev. They're at war with the demons, after all. In the end, my parents decided to stop making each other miserable and separated. My father and I returned to our tribe. I think the peasant screaming demon had something to do with it. Or maybe Dad just couldn't stand life without rat tail soup. I wouldn't rule out the possibility.
Your father sounds like he has terrible taste in cuisine.
Did you come with me so you could see the surface again? No, that wasn't it. I just don't have much patience for certain types of creatures. Demons, I mean. If they want to destroy Canabres, I'll be on the side of the people they're attacking. Lan looks away. Hail, Rez!
Lan, you're my companion, and companions should trust each other. I'm counting on you to give me honest answers, not excuses.
I guess you're right. I shouldn't have been so evasive. It's just that things are hard to talk about. My family, for example. You performed an action that was good. My birth, hell take me, turned out to be a great misfortune for my parents, all because I'm relatively healthy. I'm the best thing that can come from a marriage between a cave-dwelling mongrel and anyone from the surface. A healthy child with the right number of hands, feet, no apparent defects, no missing organs, or other problems. They saw hope in me, so risked having more children. They thought it would somehow be all right. A growl edges into Lan's voice. I could have had 4 brothers. The first was born 2 years after me and died 3 years later. He didn't have a nose, nothing even remotely resembling one. He could only breathe through his mouth. Mom and Dad were afraid to take their eyes off him, for fear he'd choke and suffocate on something, but in the end, it was his weak heart that killed him. Then there was another pregnancy. And birth, I pretended I was sleeping, but snuck out of my bedroom and listened under the door. All those hours, it was very strange, but I never heard the newborn screaming. Mom moaning, yes, the priest praying. Then I dared to open the door a little and looked inside. The priest stood there pale. One of them was holding a small object that fit in his palm. He asked, "Do you know what this is?" And the other said, "I think it's a head."
Enough, you don't have to keep going if it hurts you.
Hell no, I started to tell you and I'll make it to the end. You want to know why I followed you to the surface? Well, here's the reason. Lan pauses, exhales, and continues in a steadier voice. It turned out that this time, Mom was expecting triplets. The first of the babies was born in pieces, and the 2 others didn't live long enough to draw their first breath. About 3 weeks later, my father took me to the caves. He didn't want to leave. I could see it in his face, but I think my mom and he decided together. The curse my people have carried since the first crusade stood between them. Not to mention the 4 dead babies, and old age was rapidly taking its toll on my father. After he returned to the cave, he only lived another 4 years. So if you're asking me why I decided to come with you to the surface and join the Crusaders, well, the reason is I've always wanted to. I was afraid to leave my tribe, but it always haunted me that I'd die in a world where 4 crusades could do nothing to stop the beast from the abyss, and the number of victims kept growing. I want to change that, or at least try to.
Oh, well, he has at least somewhat reasonable motivations.
Would you like to find your mother? No, the word flies from Lan's mouth faster than an arrow. Then after a pause, he continues. I don't want to meet her, not because I feel any resentment. It's because she's a half-elf. She barely got her first gray hair, and I'll be a ramshackle old man. She's buried enough children. There's no need to make her witness the death of another one. I hope you understand. Thank you for sharing. No, I'm very sorry, truly. Lan smiles, and this time sadly. Well, then I'm lucky. I met someone who's not only helped me choose the right path, but is happy to listen to my whining. Well, he sounds like me with my friends, well. Finally, a semi-relatable character. Why didn't you go and join the Crusaders before? I couldn't just abandon my tribe. I'm their best hunter. They'll have it much harder without me, but now that the demons have nearly destroyed Canabres and the caves almost collapsed on our heads, sitting and waiting it out is just not an option anymore. Anyway, I'm more useful up here than I am down there, plus the chief let me go, which means my debt to the tribe has been paid. Thanks for sharing, Lan. Thank you for listening. Found everything I wanted to know. Thank you. What do you think of life on the surface? It must be very different from life underground. Of course, as far as living conditions, the surface is definitely a better place to be. It's easier to get good food and water, not to mention build a house, and even grow a few things. In older, well-established settlements, you don't have to deal with anything scarier than rats or maybe foxes stealing chickens. As for the kind of lives you have, I heard a story about demon worshippers abducting a whole family and sacrificing them one by one while the others watched, but there were some brave crusader knights nearby and they killed the villains and saved everyone. And I heard another story. A young blacksmith lost his arm in a fire. Couldn't work to feed his wife and baby. They tried their best and lived from hand to mouth, but they were still destitute. In the end, the desperate blacksmith robbed a traveler one night on the road, but there were some brave crusader knights nearby, and they caught the robber and threw him in prison. Not long after, his wife smothered their baby and hanged herself. Up here, the same person can proudly say he's protecting the innocent from demons, and then look the other way while the same innocent starves just because they were born into a poor family. Queen Galfrey prolongs her life with sun orchid elixirs that cost enough to feed an entire city. Back in our caves, everyone is equally poor, and if one person starves, the whole tribe starves. We don't abandon our own in times of trouble. That's the power of a tribe. The laws of the surface are made so that some get everything and others get nothing. I might be a naive fool from the caves, but I don't understand how it's possible to have so much more and share so much less. Okay, he's a hippie. Got it. Yeah. I'd never leave a needy person in trouble. I've been given more than most, which means I'm now more able to help others. Which is fine if it's a choice. It's not fine if it's compelled. There's a difference between charity and highway robbery. One is a choice that you make and say, yes, I would like to help this person. The other is the fucking IRS breaking in your door and going like, hey, that money you made from that Blade film, well, for the next couple of years, you're gonna spend, you're gonna spend time in prison because you didn't give old Uncle Sam his cut. Which is why we didn't get as many movies from fucking the guy who played Blade as I would have liked. Thank you for your answers. So long. Why can't I think of names right now? Names are hard. We've talked with everyone. Let's go have a chat with a lady golfer. I'm ready to defend this place. I mean, help us all. The battle won't be easy. Great. Wesley Snipes, yes. Very, very, one of the best superhero actors. There's I put him in the same tier as Robert Downey Jr. He's good. Really, really good. Like, there's one guy, like, flinging arrows out there. Okay, what the fuck is this shit?
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
Oh, this is the...
Distract them from me.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Time to share the treasures.
Guide my blade.
You won't survive me.
Cover me, alright? Stab you as it's your fault.
Okay. Team,
So this is
get
how
out of the vomit field, please.
This was unexpected.
continue fighting, everyone.
Can I get a... What? How the fuck do you turn on the turn-based mode? I forgot. Help.
Alright, take you. No longer without risk. Into the fray.
Oh, she's literally the last person alive. Okay, we're gonna reload that shit. That's gonna be a long night. Oh yeah, funny Discord story. So chat, I had a bot pop into the Discord, which was actually adorable because. Okay, options, controls, turn-based mode, tactical combat inspection. I had a bot pop into the Discord, which was hilarious because just I'm sitting there working on the new video that will be coming out soon, as you do, and I'm digging through some stuff. I'm checking to see if I can make a thing work for the stream. Yes. Let me try this again. Okay, can we just skip this entirely, please? And I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know. Now. Okay, I need. Bendover, thank you very much for the membership, my dude. Say tutorial, basic tutorial, gameplay, advanced tutorial. Spells, camp, hold position. Turn-based mode, control space. There we go. Okay, that's more doable. That is workable. Okay. Thank you very much for the membership, Ben. That is greatly appreciated, my dude.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Thank you so much, man. Let's just stick him there. Weapons does he have? No. Hold that. Okay. So, random bot pops into the Discord. Draskari cultist. Neophyte barbarian. Please tell me he's gonna get sick the moment he steps in there. So, we got a couple more turns before she gets in here. So, random anime profile picture. I'm like, okay, this is weird. Like, no one joins the Discord on like off days when I'm not streaming. So I was like, okay, what is this? I'm like, who is this? And then, you know, insert bot name here. I'm like, okay, what do we got? And then, I am insert here. And I was like, so, mind telling me how you found the Discord? And it was like, ChatGPT said, and I'm like, oh god. And then it edited that part like really quick, and I was like, brother.
The world in crim?
Okay, that one can go. Miss? What do you mean, miss? But yeah, that was funny. Yes, I know how poison works. Goal of A. Guard. What do you have as far as weapons? Please tell me you have something. Bow. You do have a bow. Good.
The inheritor.
Oh, yeah. That was just funny. Just like random bot just pops into chat. It's like, you know, I am absolutely for real, for super serial, a real person. It's like, oh god.
Surrender or else.
Archer, hit. Guard, barfing. I want his great helm. His great helm is cute. The interesting thing about those is they actually usually wore those like over actual helmets. Like they'd have like a half helm on underneath, and then they'd have the big like, you know, yeet helm on top. Very cool. Although that one is one they would like wear over a male coif. Indeed, we shall explode their peepees. High cast magic missile. Okay, okay, Wooljeef, run please. Thank you. Okay, get out of the vomit cloud, please, and then
You won't survive.
crit. Yeah, I think I'm starting to like at least some of the characters. Lan is actually at least somewhat likable, so I got him. That's nice. Not sure about anyone else, though. Oh, the bot is retarded. Thank God.
I'll cut you wide open. The spirits demand your blood.
Divine favor. Please vomit. Please get sick as soon as you go in. Smite evil. They're basically just gonna sit there back there as paladins and barf. Attack of opportunity. Baphomet's flame blade. Oh boy. Wait, the murder midget? Hold on. The big bad is literally a murder midget. It is! Oh my god, he's short ginger, I think, and pissed off. Well, what do you know? Okay, where is the... Okay, there's the dretch. Archer. Tieflings, god. Tieflings are fucking weird. They're not as cool as they used to be, apparently. Apparently tieflings, like, used to have, like, a ton of different mutations that they could have instead of just being, you know, edgelords with horns. And it seems like in current edition of D&D, they kind of got rid of that because edgelords with horns was what made all the fucking theater kids happy.
Into the fray.
Good hit. Cold Iron Sword for the win. Attack of opportunity on that guy for him. Mage armor. Put it on yourself, Ember, because you're probably gonna die without it, and then hold. Probably should have done that first thing. Miss. I wonder if this has the same bug they have in Rogue Trader. So there's a bug in Rogue Trader that you can't hit certain enemies if you're on a stairwell.
Endure this.
And that's kind of funny. I'm curious if this game has it. It's like, you know, I am invincible. I'm standing on a stairwell. I know. It's like, most powerful demon in the universe. Bitch. I have a stare.
Sacrifice.
The stare of doom. Oh, yay.
Your pain is my
Crit.
pleasure.
No. Well, she's down a few hit points. And that warrior is out. 5 people watching right now. Thank you all very much. It is greatly appreciated. But yes, chat, I do have more videos in the works, so if you're worried about that, don't be, because it's going to be... They are coming. Like Louis C.K. into an office fern, they're coming, chat. I swear. I actually spent a little bit of today on one. Getting the script... Okay, that's a lie. I spent a lot of today working on the script. When I had spare time. Nice. See, this is bad defensive strategy here. See, what they've done is they let them through the walls here, but you got all of this, which you could have stuck people with bows on. And if it were me, I would have built this out a little further and made it to where I could drop boiling pitch on top of these guys. Plus, you have this right here. Like, that's perfect. Get yourself a big oiled pot right there on that pulley, and just dump it on them as they try and come under. That's nice. 6. Ow. Screams at them vigorously. More archers and more boiling pitch. That's what I would want. Okay, where is... That's Camilla. That one. Grease, reflex save. Oh. Well, that's not good. In fact, that's not good at all. Let's get him a little closer. And then shoot.
Make every strike count.
2 reduced. Nice.
Go for their hearts.
Yes, stretch down. Good shit. The game I'm looking at really hard right now, as far as like a potential, if I decide I can't stand this one. What I'm looking at really hard at the moment is potentially doing the Oblivion remake, because I have got it semi-functional on my PC now. It's not really a thing I had before, because it has big performance issues. It still barely runs as it should, which is really sad.
No glory.
Critical hit. That's good. Smite evil. However, I am going to say we're probably going to be restricted in playstyle by the game. And what I mean by that is it apparently doesn't like when you play too many particle effects on screen. The Lamb of Death. Credit for not dropping this game yet. A few hours after this is where I couldn't tolerate it anymore and dropped. I'm a stubborn bastard. So we may wind up playing a class that, like, you know, doesn't use any magic. Or very little.
Cover me, all right?
The healing spell doesn't seem to make things explode too much, so I should be able to, in theory, rock a paladin. Or witch hunter build, which would be fun.
You've crossed the wrong mark.
And Lamb of Death, good to see you, my dude. Thank you for coming by again. It's greatly appreciated. Oh, shit. You can definitely see where OwlCat has improved from this game in all of their future stuff. Like, Rogue Trader is just miles and away better than... Oh, shit. Miles and away better than this. And I think Dark Heresy is going to be just better. It may be that OwlCat is just a studio that needs to work within someone else's IP, that is actually more tuned towards them. Because when they do choose to write, like, 40K, it's well written. But the thing in here is, like, the way the dialogue works is kind of bothering me. I don't know if it will bother me enough to quit, because there's still parts of this game I like a lot. Like, the combat isn't terrible. It's a little weird, and it's a little bit more RNG than I'd like. But it's not horrible. So, we'll see. Good. Ah, there's still a Dretch up. We should kill that. Archer got him down. How many dudes are they going to spawn in here? Yes! Grease is working as intended! Ah, he made a reflex save and won. Guard is going to fall over. Almost guaranteed. Okay, let's go with that.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Good stuff. Sneak attack. Okay, Lan,
You
shoot him,
won't
please.
survive me.
Those guys need to go. They're gonna just keep firebombing that like a... like a truck of peace enthusiast with a certain comic company. All right. Okay. Yeet. Anyone else? Any all tramps around here? Nope, no tramps around here. Okay. I will say, a game I'm really looking forward to coming out as well, because I played it recently, is Dark Heresy. Not Dark Heresy. Fuck, words. A game you may have heard of, chat, called... called Mechanicus 2. Because I played it,
You won't stop us.
Okay, that's weird. The demo for it, and it was a ton of fun. I liked it a lot. Good stuff, and... miss. Finally, good hit from the orc. See, the lady golfer isn't useless. Land, shoot him, please. Good stuff. Okay, I want you to go... lay on hands self, Camilla. Okay, and then move a little closer. Let's block that root off, shall we? I guess the archers just can't do attacks of opportunity. That's a little strange. Oh, man. I will say, chat, the time zone change, like the whole, daylight savings time thing, is killing me. Okay, Sela. I did not give her any potions. That was retarded. I think I hit him. I did hit him. Good. Let's move her just beyond that. I don't see any more hostiles back there, so... good shriek on her part there. Very handy. Oh. Yeah, we get it. We get it, video game. We get it. They're flooding us under. Sheer chaotic evil. Outsider. Okay. Video game, I'd like to know what I'm supposed to do here. Woljeef, get up there, and then... flame them. Okay.
Make every strike count.
Shoot that one. At least once. He's really fond of his fire. Archer got him down. Bane! Will save, will save, will save. Useless, in other words. Archers are gonna get all taken out, probably. Yep, it's the archer. He's the first to die. Arsonist. Flame Blade. Guard, get up there and kill those men. Yeah, I think the friendly AI is retarded. Yeah, friendly AI is really retarded. Okay. Main character, do me a whopping big favor and use that on yourself. And then, get as far that way as you can. And... good. Okay, they're all poisoned. He's on fire. Okay, Sela. What difficulty setting are you on? I remember this game feeling way harder than Rogue Trader. I don't remember. I don't remember what I set it on. For streams, I put it on Daring. The one step above from the normal one. I've played Rogue Trader on, like, several of the difficulties. The one I did for stream was the one, I think it was also Daring, maybe? Difficulty? But I didn't put it on a super hard setting. When I stream, especially in games like this, I tend to leave it on a fairly low level difficulty because, as far as I'm aware, it doesn't change that much besides the numbers next to the enemies. It doesn't actually, like, change what types of enemies you see. So I don't see any, well, or the moves they use, or the abilities they have. So I don't really see any reason to change it too much.
Time to share your treasure.
Should have used coup de grace there, but that'll work. It made him explode into chunky salsa, so that's acceptable. Good hit. Okay. Okay, I want you to... pull around. Hit Sela with that, please. Let's make her a little bigger. Friendlies, do you want to make yourselves useful, or are you just gonna sit back there with... No, they're not gonna do anything. That makes sense. There we go. Oh, that's gay. That is unfathomably gay. Okay, main character, run, please. Archer. Shield of Faith. Yeah, we know. You're cool. At least you think you are. Okay, run her out of the toxin field. Get that one out of the toxin field. I'm also running this entirely on turn-based mode, so it's letting me think a lot more, which is important.
Cover me, all right?
It's harder to think when you're having to deal with,
You won't survive.
it's much harder to think when you're having to deal with, real-time combat. Camilla, can you go up here? Yeah, you can get up there. Spells. One one enemy within close range. I don't know if it'll work. Did hurt him a little bit, like a tip there. God, he runs like he's got a... his pants are full of bad Taco Bill. Like, the run animations are definitely a little funny in here. That's a guard down. That's a Dretch still alive. Okay. Tiefling Archer. Take your shot and miss. Okay, let me get the characters that can actually move still.
Stab you or zap you. Why not both?
Okay, that one's down. Lan, be a dear, man, and, what does that one do? Key power, extra attack! No, I don't need to run all the way over there, thank you very much. I want you as far away from the evil murder creatures as possible. You know, more archers here would have been handy. More everything here would have been handy. Archers, a couple of, like, actual combat types would have been nice. I don't know.
You are today's sacrifice.
Your strike teams suck, in other words. You need to be putting a lot more points into toughness and way more into, like, I don't know. Bring a couple zealots with thunder hammers. Everything will get better. Thammer builds. Okay. Big evil Minotaur dude needs to go the way of the dodo. Team. Oh, he made it. Oh, that poor archer is dead. Okay. Crusaders, please do something. Guard, problems. That's what those are. Those are problems.
Distract them from me.
Make every strike count.
4, and that one's a miss.
Go for their hearts.
Critical hit. D6. Tieflings! God, this fight is... I crave explosions, chat. Aww, I don't think my grease is working anymore. Come on, do it. Good hit, and he's down. Thank you.
Time to share your treasures.
He's out.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Crusaders. If I say Crusader one more time, I'm just gonna start singing the song by fucking Saxon. Good lord. It's ridiculous. Okay. Oh my god, they are stuck up there. The AI is literally retarded, chat. Thank God. Praise the machine god for stupid enemies. That should give you at least some of a hint of what I'm working on next. Okay. Whoa, hold up. Did he just hit the guy below him on the ground? I don't think that's how that's supposed to work, young man. I really don't. Okay, good hit. Use that on the big man. He's gonna need it a lot. Alright, we're starting to get people up again. What is the goal here?
You won't survive me.
Your choice in archery equipment leaves much to be desired, young man.
I'll cut you wide open.
Did she just fall down? She did just fall down, didn't she? Oh, Lord. Yeah. So the enemy can just ignore the grease, but I can't. Okay. Light of Angels and run, please. If you know, he's not gonna make it. Okay, we're gonna die. Okay. Okay. Miss, I guess. Lay hands on self. Yes.
Yes.
The goal, don't die. I'm probably gonna like stick Woljeef back here behind them and just have him act as a spoiler for the entire enemy team, possible.
Endure this.
These dudes are stuck. They can't do anything. What we can do is we can use terrain and the allied team to...
Into the fray.
That's 16, not bad on the sure there. Nope, that one. Let's see, can we put the Dretch to sleep? Yes, we can. Good stuff. Arsonist cultists, there are a lot of baddies around here. Where is ability? Coup de grace on... Care to actually use that? Thank you. Okay, Lan, shoot him, please. Multiple times. Thank you. Crusaders. Crusader, Lord of the Realm. God. Saxon, very good metal band. 10. Okay, I want you to...
No glory without risk.
cast Sleep on that dretch. Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, we're just gonna put them to sleep and murder them. That's how this is gonna go. Abilities, coup de grace. Pelvic thrust! Do that pelvic thrust, buddy. Good boy. Enemy fighter. More arsonist cultists. Yay. Is this a fight you're supposed to be able to win? Or is this, we're just gonna throw enemies at you until you die, and then...
The spirits demand your blood.
We're gonna basically put you into a forced fail state, because those are cool? Or are they gonna, like, actually give us an opportunity to kill these guys? Like, I don't...
Tactical retreat!
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
That one. We'll save. Okay. Run her back a little ways. Yeah, you get stuck over there. Yeah, there are a lot of... a rather obscene amount of enemies, as a matter of fact.
Stab you or zap you, but why not both?
You are today's sacrifice.
Camilla's up, so if we need to, we can go stick her as a spoiler back there, but I think you're going to actually have to keep some of this from burning down. Which, yeah, not ideal. Not ideal. Okay. This is a defense mission that they haven't really given us a whole lot of defense options with.
Don't worry about me.
Okay, get back there. Might have to rerun this one from the beginning. Yeah, I think they're just gonna dump too much on us for us to actually be able to win
Survive me.
at this point. A lack of possible victory conditions means that this is gonna be...
Go for their heart.
I think if we kill the big guy. Chaotic Evil, Acid Cold, Flat-Footed Power Attack, Spell Resistance. Yay, that sucks balls! Alchemist Fire. Archer. Yeah. Load last save. We're gonna try this again. And this time we're gonna set that grease trap right from the beginning. Thank you very much for the blurb there, Ben. Greatly appreciated, my dude. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, okay. Okay, I want... Where is Dummy? Dummy! There we go. Good Dummy! Increase. Right there. Yeah, no, that wasn't any help. No, that's just not an option. You can't go into that one without having complete tactical control. Damn it, Leroy. How am I getting pinged? Daz. This ungodly hour, chat. It's late. And I am not... Okay, let's go, go. Oh, save fortitude. Permanent. Okay, that's great. All right. Okay.
Last one for me.
Okay. Let's get one person at least on the walls over here, alongside these guards. Ember, be a darling and go over there. Okay. You go with her for healing and support. Dowie and Kazaki Grumthe. Smite evil. Not guard. Do your thing! Okay. How is he in range? He is just barely in range. Magic missile him. Okay, and then that way, please. Armored battle mage. And then I will take perfect strike on him. Shoot him twice.
The wrong mongrel.
Guard, kill him. The dwarf is being actually intelligent. Stinking cloud, up where he can't reach him. That's good. Okay. Thankfully, neither of those are our guys, so I want to go right here. Close as I can. Hold. I should like to have the ability to give characters extra turns, like in Rogue Trader. That would be nice. Okay, Sela. Up the steps, please. And then... Elgay. Elgay is probably going to need support. Get right here. Thank you. Midget! What is the midget, I wonder? Which variety of midget is it?
You won't survive me.
Love how the midget is just over there punching him in the dick. No. I know exactly what I want to do, and... Grease. Okay, charge up those stairs and... Okay, or don't. Just run up there and kill someone.
Thank you.
Yes.
Heal her. Midget, go! Look at those little stubby legs.
Endure this.
You fight Barbarian. Good hit. Good lord. Is that character... No, he's not dead. Surprising. Good boy. That one's down. Noble midget. Slay that man.
Cover me, all right?
Good boy. Good boy. Oh, yeah, good boy. Gotta love how Erebeth, the strong, big, bad, female half-orc authority figure, is just chilling in the back, letting 6 randos do all the work. Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that. That's a choice. Probably not a good choice, but it's a choice. The strong, diverse half-orc is, just chilling. Okay, the retarded midget is dead. Okay. We've lost our autist. That is not good. That is not good. Good lord. Lan,
Make every strike count.
how can you miss at that range, dude? What time is it? How many hours? You know what? The temptation is upon me. Okay, I want you to do... Not that one. Oh, there we go. Can you walk right here? Thank you.
Stab you or zap you. Why not?
How can you... Oh, good God. Okay. Lead us not into temptation, Father. For I am tempted. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I've sinned a lot. Yoink! Okay, that's where that ladder is. Okay, good. Okay. Now, be a darling. that does. Let's see if he falls down. Yes! Okay, main character. Good.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Shoot. Shoot. Good. Bows are just not very good in here. Oh, he's just dead. Okay. He's about to be. Okay. Well, at least the dretches are still drunk, so that's a plus. Okay. No.
No, really. Distract them from me.
That's not terrible.
Continue fighting.
Tactical retreat. No.
I'm very tempted to let this burn.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Okay, do we have anything? Bane, we'll save. You know, for a bunch of cultists, they have remarkably strong wills. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Yeah. Worked for a dark god. Sold my soul to hell. You know, all that stuff. Yep. All that jazz. I just have one of, like, the strongest wills around. It's just a thing. Yeah, thank you very much. It's kind of random. I'm just saying, chat. It's a little weird.
You won't survive.
Little weird. Okay, go on, dummy. Wouldn't want you to die. That would be bad. Archers, can you be useful for something other than getting in my way? I mean, to be fair, they are eating quite a few arrows for us, so we'll give them that. Got, like, any martial abilities that would actually be handy right now?
Into the fray.
Thing of it is, none of these characters are particularly good tanks. So you got a bunch of, like,
Spirits demand your
martial
blood.
slash caster types, and you don't have really anything that could be considered a... I guess. Can you get up there? Yes, you can. Okay, good land. No, not like that, damn it. Leroy! Hey, on the one hand, they're all falling apart, so, you know, well, falling down anyway. So first things first. Let him sit there. I just feel like, you know, I'm pulling the team here, and, you know, I think that everyone else should, like, contribute. Contribution is, after all, the key to success. You know, in a wartime scenario. We would have never won World War II if we had just sat back and let the British try and win things. God help us. We would have been screwed. They lost damn near everything they tried to hold in the Pacific, man. Have you seen what the British are like in combat? They're not that good. Where is this stupid? Stupid is there. Spells. Jeez. Hold. Okay, I want you. Up you go. Fall down. I will say, this fight design's kind of shit. It just is. Not very good. It's not even that it's not particularly, like, tactically in-depth, and it's very, very, how do I put this? Let's get her right there, and then... Yes, I know, dear. Shoot that, please. Do whatever counts for shooting in this universe. Arsonist cultists. They're gonna start trying to burn everything down. Like, from a design standpoint, this isn't particularly good. This game's combat is, like, kind of fun. The problem is, with really long fights like this, the amount of time that you're just sitting there with your thumb up your dumper is insanely high. And that's never a good thing, because at that point the game becomes boring. And when the game is boring, the player kind of doesn't want to stick around to figure out if it gets better at any point. So, Major L there. I can see all of the places where OwlCat improved in the future. Also, a lot of the fight stuff is just not that, it's not that good, in all fairness. Okay. She can tank. Not great, but she can tank. I mean, they are good at luring them back in that corner and killing them. That's impressive, I suppose. Smite evil.
Did I mess up again?
Into the fray!
Hit him, please.
Go for their heart!
A 1. Yay. This fight is mostly a battle of your patience. It really slows the combat system. Shows how slow the combat system is. It's supposed to be this epic grand battle, and it goes on for like an hour. Yeah. That's what I figured. That's what I figured. You can definitely see where OwlCat improved in the future. Because thankfully, like, Rogue Trader doesn't have any fights like this, really. Like, the only times in Rogue Trader I struggled is because I was being retarded. Here, this fight is just, banal is a good word.
I am repulsed by the banality of your existence.
Go right here. Buddy. And then...
Time to share your treasures.
And he's gone. Also, there are no area attacks for characters, I've noticed. For, like, friendly characters, or any characters. For, like, melee attacks. Like, there's no sweep or anything like that. There's not even, like, the crush attack for the Omniscient Axe you get in Rogue Trader. Or most of the, like, Warhammer-sized weapons. Kinda makes this chunk donkey bars. You have no horde clear capability is what I'm trying to say. At least this early on. There's a lot of hostiles. I almost refuse to believe the same devs that made this also developed Rogue Trader. Yeah! Yeah, because it's like night and day different. Like, the game design is just better in Rogue Trader in every way, shape, and form. Okay, go over there, kill that guy with a crossbow.
Endure this.
We'll say her armor class is good enough that she's actually somewhat useful. I mean, then again, the trick may just be to try and set everyone up on top of the roofs and just have them rain arrows down on them, but that doesn't seem to be what they want here, because if you do that, then these guys come down here and start throwing random bullshit at people. Do you have a healing ability? Do you have any? No, you don't. Oh, shit. Well, magic missile it is then. The ultimate solution to, I don't want to have to deal with this problem today. I will say, scrolls are useful. Give it that. Scrolls being useful is important. But comparatively to something like Rogue Trader, this game's design leaves a whole hell of a lot to be desired. Miss. Poke that one first. They just absolutely, like, prison shanked that guy. That's actually kind of impressive. I guess summon that dragon. I don't know if that'll help anything, but... What is that? Well, that's... Okay. Oh, she's finally taking damage. Oh, that's bad. We'll start healing her soon! That scream was ill-advised. Someone needs to, like... Someone obviously talked to the dev team after this game, and they're like, look, guys, we like some of what you did here, but this is retarded. This shit is dumb. And then everyone was like, oh, God, they're right. We should, like, redesign shit to where we can deal with this stuff more effectively. Because I don't think this is working. I don't think the gnome is gonna make it. Nope, the gnome is not gonna make it. Shoot him, please.
The wrong mongrel.
Like, if you had an entire team of archers, maybe this would work. If they had really long range. It's just, yeah, this really makes me crave. Look, if you're making me crave Tez after I basically decided that I kind of hate everything Bethesda has done for a long time, you're doing something very wrong. Except for the Oblivion remaster, I do like parts of it, but it's so wild because this game gets so much praise and recommendations from people saying how amazing it is. I can see where that might be coming from. The Lamb of Death, I can definitely see that. I think it's probably coming from a place of a lot of people like the writing in this game. And there are certain people who I can see this would appeal to them. Now, I'm not going to say too many bad things about those people, because sometimes they wind up being my fans. But, definitely not what I would say is my kind of cup of tea. This appeals to the, to put it in the nicest way possible, this appeals to the RTS fans. This appeals to the people who play, like, Total War, for, like, 6 hours, and, you know, or 14 hours a day.
Won't survive me.
For me, personally, like, this is... It's more tedious than engaging, I would say. And I usually like long games, but I like long games that are full of stuff, and this is not one I would say is full of stuff. Like, the combat's kind of, mildly acceptable.
Cover me, all right?
The character design's okay, I guess. It's fairly, like, stock fantasy footage. Oh, she did. The writing does seem okay. And I've heard nothing but good things about it, and from what I've played, there are parts of the writing that are good, except for the tone. Tonally, this game kind of blows, like, really hard, because it sounds far too urban. It sounds very urbanite, and I don't like that at all.
Doing this.
The dialogue kind of like, when they're not talking, when you're able to read it out, it can sound okay. But whenever a character is talking, I want to rip off my headphones and throw them across the room, because it just sounds so, like, oh my god, Slay Quan? Like, it's just so fucking... Yeah. It's bleh. That's the best way I can put it. Who's up on... What part of my crew is up still? Lan? Anyone else? Any all tramps around here? Nope, no tramps around here. What Chaos God is that? He's dead. Oh, Dowie. Okay, we're getting backup now. What round is this? Jesus. How many rounds in are we? We're nearly to number 16. Okay. Oh, he's just gonna wreck face. Like, I would, like, this is the type of game that should appeal to me, because I like story-driven RPGs, but, quite honestly, like, this is... The good parts are heavily outweighed by the... Like, the fights are unbalanced size. Like, the amount of time you spend in control of your characters and the amount of time you spend the downtime. That's the problem. And if I could do things during that downtime, it would be more acceptable. But here, it's just like, you know, oh my god, you wait for the 9,000th, that person to hit that guy over there, while you do nothing but sit there with your thumb up your ass. And that's just not... No, that's bad. That is very bad game design.
Make every strike count.
This is the, I was designed for the I have autism, please be nice to me crowd. But yeah, like if I was, I don't know, this would be, This reminds me of like one of the worst quests in Rogue Trader. Which in theory, like, the quest I'm thinking of specifically is the one you have to do for Jai Hadari. The Administratum class quest, where you have to sit there for like a week waiting for her paperwork to get stamped. And in theory, that's great because it shows you just like how grindingly slow the Administratum is. But in actuality, it's just boring as fuck. And while it's supposed to be boring as fuck, that's not what you want in a video game, like at all. I really feel like you have to love a aspect of the game, either the combat, story, or the characters, or something to keep going. Yeah, I would largely agree with that. For me, I think it might redeem itself in the writing department, and I think it might pick up later as far as combat, too, if it was given enough time. The problem is, you have to get through this to get to that part. And that's very dangerous, because if your audience has to spend... How many streams of this have we done? Like, we're on part 4? Episode 4? If you have to get 4 streams for it to start getting good, then you're in shit. Because, you know, most people aren't going to stick around, you know, 12 hours to get to that part. They're just not going to do it. Which is part of why I think Rogue Trader's combat feels faster and more frenetic. It's a lot more kinetic than this game. It feels snappy. It doesn't feel like, oh, I gotta sit through 20 people doing something. But, yeah. Also, the writing is better in Rogue Trader. Like, it just is better. Unfathomably better. Lay on hands, self. Well, just don't lay your hands on too hard or too fast.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
This is the, we had budget cuts like midway through making it game. That's what this was. Because there are obvious, like, missing features. There needs to be a lot more AoE attacks. There needs to be, like, different weapon sets and abilities. And you just don't see that here. It's like, I hit the thing a time. But in this, it's like, you know, I don't need to hit a thing. I need to hit, like, 12 things at once. And I know that is hyperbole before someone gets super anal in chat and is like, but you shouldn't be able to hit 12 things. I know. It's hyperbole. Relax. Please. God. Let him do it.
So this is how it...
Yeah, it is how it feels. Relax. Dretch is gonna run right across that and be fine. Like, for me, you have to have at least 2 parts of a game to be good. Like, the most important thing in any game, and this is what separates games from movies. Perhaps when you get stronger spells, weapons, and gear, the combat gets more fun, but yeah, the whole Starfield gets better after 30 hours shtick is a hard sell. Well, the thing is, I would say Starfield was more fun than this, because I've played it. Was more fun at the beginning than this game, because of one thing. The combat, out of all the things in Starfield, was actually kind of fun. There were parts of Starfield's combat that were a lot of fun. It was fun to run around and, you know, use the jump pack and use shotguns or use, you know, the full auto weapons because it felt kind of like you were a superhero, which was fun. But this is just, you know, yay, I wait 12 hours and, you know, I can't do anything. Like, there were other parts of the game that weren't as fun as far as gameplay goes. The exploration needed work, like a lot of work, as in they should have taken it back to the drawing board and redone the whole thing from the beginning. But the combat, at least in Starfield, was not one of the major issues. It's just everything around that kind of sucked. And there were other parts of Starfield that were better than this, I would say, from a gameplay and design standpoint. Fuck. The shipbuilding was fun in that game. Like, it was a lot of fun. Ship combat wasn't terrible either. I could make an argument, like, it probably should have done certain things a lot better. Like, the, I would have preferred it if ships felt a little weightier, perhaps. But it wasn't terrible there either. Now, where Starfield fell down, and of course died, is where a lot of modern Bethesda games fall down and die, which is the exploration. They didn't make the world nearly as interesting as they could have, and because of that, the whole game design suffered. Also, should have been an RPG. But I will not go off on a Bethesda game too much until we're actually playing one, which will probably happen after this stream, because this is a choice. There! You made me mad enough to defend Starfield. The game has succeeded in doing a great act of stupidity. Abilities. Let's go with... Okay. Turn that man invisible. And there are parts of other Bethesda games gameplay that is just really bad, like the speed in. This is part of the reason I didn't like playing Morrowind very much. The speed in Morrowind was terrible. The walk speed, which was made to be the way it was to give you the illusion of a big world. Wow, Starfield defense. You love to see it. Like, I will freely admit there are a lot of problems with Starfield, but there were parts of it that were good. But the reason for that, chat, okay, this is the reason there are good parts of nearly every Bethesda game, is because Bethesda games are designed like shit. They do not have an overarching vision. Todd Howard touches the stuff he likes, and everything else he leaves alone. And because of that, random retards are allowed to design stuff and be like, this is how this should go. And because of that, you get parts of the game that are designed completely autonomously from everything else. Sorry, the hand talking is coming out now because I'm getting riled up. I knew I said I wouldn't go too far into Bethesda games until we were playing one, but damn it, I'm gonna have to go into this. So they're designed completely autonomously from everything else. And so you'll have, like, parts of even the worst games that have, like, you know, there's a piece or two that's not terrible, and then everything else just sucks. Like, Starfield's biggest, like, oh god, it's awful, was the writing. Like, it's the same problem I have with this game. The writing in Starfield was just ass. And the reason for that is because they didn't want to commit, because that would require them to make a hard rating for the game. They would have had to go, oh god, well, if we make Neon the degenerate pleasure planet we said it was going to be in the trailers, unlike a Golem, like, there's, you know, yeah, there's no redeeming qualities to that game. But if they made it the degenerate pleasure planet they put in the trailers, then the game would have had to have had a much higher ESRB rating, which means they ultimately decided not to do that. Also, that would have required of them to deal with certain things and themes that Bethesda doesn't like to touch. So instead, you get, like, you know, oh, they're doing psychedelics, but there's no, like, actual, like, really bad crimes going on. Like, you have this, oh, it's a major crime syndicate, but there's no human trafficking, there's just none of that. Like, there's none of, like, the really heinous shit you see in every actual, like, crime ring. And so everything's, like, filed off and all the rough edges are gone. So you're stuck with a game that's just kind of there from a design standpoint when it comes to, like, the world. Like, it feels like something that was made back under the Hays Code in the 1940s. Like, it's like, we made the Old West, but there's no swearing, whorehouses, or major amounts of violence and bloodshed. Like, there's none of that. It is a game designed under the we will not offend anyone. Except for the people we don't like. See the, you know, the epic fucking pronouns rant, which, God bless that man. May Az live 1,000 years for being so fucking based. Oh, God. That beautiful British bastard. But yeah, Bethesda games, like, usually have, like, a redeeming value or two. But this game, like, so far, like, its writing's okay. Like, from an okay standpoint, from, like, a world and all of that standpoint, but when it gets to dialogue, this game kind of, like, yeah. That's a pretty accurate assessment, to be fair. Bethesda is feckless now, so all their writing and framing is modern and grossly sterilized. I have to agree. And it's not just that... Thank you for the blurb there, Ben. I need to get Az's version of that as a blurb. Good lord. What round are we on? We're on, like, round 30 something at this point. No, 29. Round 29. Good lord. But there's a lot of games that have, like, a part of them that's good. A game Arid Hail tried to introduce me to was... Or they have a feature that has the possibility of being good, which is more this game. A game Arid Hail tried to introduce me to is... what's it called? The time travel one. Good lord. Singularity. Okay? Singularity has a design thing that, in theory, should be really cool. Problem is, everything around that is just kind of... So it has a time travel mechanic to where you can age or de-age, like, items and stuff, which allows you to, like, open new parts of the map and stuff like that, which is really cool in theory. But the way it's implemented isn't a ton of fun. And the like... Your ability to influence other stuff is really... like, neutered. And also, the combat is early 2000s shooter combat, so it's kind of shit. Oh, God. So, yeah, But there is like a good idea at the core of the game. Like there's other parts of the game. Like the stories in that game isn't terrible either. But the stuff surrounding it's like just not as fun. Slower's abilities bar.
Make every strike count.
Like there's stuff I can see that would be appealing about this game's design that I like to an extent. I like the way the leveling is done. I like the ability to have a fairly decently sized party. I'd prefer to have a bigger one, quite honestly. Like 6 people would be better than 5. Like 6 extra people besides my giant character. Indeed. I have to trim that one out every stream, which is good because I fucking love that blurb. Grew up on his music. You go from an okay game to a great game when you have like more than 3 aspects of the game that are really, really, really good. Or you need to make the game not so complicated that it has too many aspects to be fun, that are not fun in it. Like, you know, if you're gonna make a game that is primarily focused around combat, and it does that thing really, really well. Have you played Baldur's Gate 3? That's a perfect example of a game with massive issues that compensates for it with its writing, production values, and combat. I have not played Baldur's Gate 3, and I'm probably going to have to at some point soon.
You won't survive.
Because Baldur's Gate 3 definitely looks like it will be my bag. Despite all of its...
Just hear those sleigh bells ting-a-ling-a-ring-a-ting-a-ting-a-ling-a-too. Ring-a-ling-a-ling-a-ting-a-ling.
See, this is the H1B version of, like, you know... The Burl Lives, there you go. See, I remembered his name. I will definitely need to play Baldur's Gate 3 at some point soon. Oh, God. See, this is the other problem. Combat is something that should be fairly quick, because fights in IRL don't last this long, okay? Like, everyone dies relatively quickly, and it's like, but you're using turn-based mode. Yeah, I am using turn-based mode. But even without the turn-based mode, like you can see the obvious like problems here. Let's see. How long till they burn this entire thing down? Ah, the fight is still going on. But if you don't have turn-based mode on, then everything goes to shit instantly. Also, you have this entire group of people. Stellar Blade is something that I will need to play once I learn how to play games with controller, Ben. Like, I played the demo for that. I think it's still free on Steam. Still play the demo on Steam. And it was good. Like, it was a good game. It's just the control bindings for keyboard and mouse, which is what I use, were not great. So I didn't ever, like, buy it all the way. Because I tried it in the demo and I was like, this is just not a ton of fun. Killed him.
Endure this.
Kill the arsonist. Kill the Portland protester. I'm just kidding. Or that would be Kenosha, correctly. There we go. In Minecraft. There we go. One person survived. Whole thing's burned to the ground. Well, that was an abject disaster. Let's see her, like, get really snooty with me. We lost. Yeah, no shit. It's not over yet. We can try to retake the Wardstone, but now it will be much harder. Yeah. Will there be another attack? I doubt it. They think they've crushed us, and I hate to say it, but they're not far wrong. But
This stream is powered by Raid Shadow Legends. Dive into epic battles, stunning heroes, and endless strategy, all right at your fingertips. Support the stream and start your legendary journey today.
Oh, God. Yeah, chat, if I ever start shilling for Raid Shadow Legends, just please kill me. Like, get a witch doctor, have him make a voodoo doll, and, you know, like, yeah. That's like, I'm, yeah, mobile game. I doubt it. They think they've crushed us, and I hate to say it, but they're not far wrong. But while they're celebrating their victory, we'll be gathering our strength for a final all-out assault. What are our losses? Unacceptably high. We lost half our fighters. The ones that survived were only saved by a timely retreat into the streets of the city. The demons also raided our arsenal when they left. Even worse, all the fighters we recruited. Okay, we're screwed. Got it. Right, we're going to keep preparing for the attack. Now your mission is even more crucial. Everything depends on you succeeding. Yay! Burn the voodoo doll. Yes. Okay. Can I at least rest? Thank you. Okay. Choose a spell to scribe. Aww. TC13, can't do any of this. Okay, recipe to cook. Hearty meal. Not you. You. Elgate! Okay, there we go. Yeah, I know. Okay. Okay, hearty meal. You, not you. You, go, no, god damn it. Okay, go here. There we go. That explains it. Not our Raid Shadow Legends, for real shills. I mean, gamers only. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, everyone's done it at this point, I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm, like, probably one of the very few YouTubers who hasn't tried to do a, like, monetized YouTubers is just like, no, I'm not doing that shit. Okay. Just ignore that, okay? Just ignore it. It's okay. Begin resting.
It'll be tough getting a helmet to fit you, but we can't leave you.
Just as long as it doesn't have a visor. Or how else am I meant to scare the enemy?
Okay. Saving? I probably put the person who's the worst cook in the game on it. Okay. Someone's up. Oh, God. Why didn't I have that? Oh. Okay, we're gonna throw that in. Move. Inventory. Other options as far as weapons go. Scroll of Corrosive Touch. Let's get out of here. Okay, quest. Quest. Stay of execution. Let's go there. What time is it? How many hours in are we? We're gonna do a thing, chat. We're gonna do a thing I never do on stream. Enjoy the ambiance. I get this figured out. Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. You know what? We're 2 hours in. Chat, I hate to be this way, but, I'm gonna probably go there. I will be closing this down. I will be back next Wednesday, and we're gonna do any other game than this, because this is just not particularly fun. Like, I would rather, I don't know. Good lord. There's a thumbnail for you. There we go. She's a nice Canuck. Okay. I am going to call it here. Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you all very much for watching. I'm sorry to close the stream early, but we're 2 hours and 3 minutes in. I will talk to y'all later. I'm going to go and figure out what we're going to stream after this, because I'm done. I'm not playing any more of Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. It's not great. Like, not by a lot. And I honestly, it really makes me sad, because I loved Rogue Trader. Like, it was a great game. Ton of fun. But this is just not it, man. Someone else, maybe, could like this a lot more than I can, but this is one of those. Just, yeah, we're gonna cut our losses here and go play something else next time. That's actually fun. And I will talk to you all later. Thank you all very much for watching, everyone for hanging out. If you could please consider leaving a like on the stream. Do consider subscribing if you enjoyed any of my commentary or fumbling attempts at being entertaining. And if you didn't, I am sorry that I could not do better. But yeah, till next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for watching. This has been P3.